Parents, if your child is struggling with ADHD, you are not alone. In fact, well over 6 million kids in the US are diagnosed with ADHD, meaning 10% of our pediatric population, which is insane, especially when you consider the millions more struggling with hyperactivity, impulsivity, and focus issues that are not yet even diagnosed. Diving deeper, 60% of those kids who are diagnosed are now taking a class 2 narcotic drug known as stimulants, right? They come with such nasty side effects and potential for addiction that they are heavily regulated by the DEA. ADHD is serious and a real condition, but drugs are not the only answer and the options that you have. This video is for parents who absolutely want drug-free, natural solutions for their child who's struggling with ADHD, so they either can get them off of these nasty stimulant meds or prevent them from going on them and being dependent on them in the first place. And for those parents who do not want to change their child and their ADHD personality, but instead help them turn it into a superpower. In this video, we'll dive deep into the science and neurology behind ADHD, what the real root causes are, and provide practical tips and strategies for parents to help their children overcome ADHD without the drugs and truly reach their full potential. So, let me tell you a story about Logan. When Logan first started coming in for chiropractic care, he was having some minor back pain from dominating the hockey rink, but in addition to that, he was often very, very anxious and impulsive and had a super difficult time calming down. At the time, he was on meds for ADHD and really wasn't able to focus well during school or sit still during church. His neurological scans showed that the stress on his nervous system went far deeper than just back pain, right? His nervous system was hardwired in stress mode, which kept his brain feeling super noisy and unable to focus. So with ADHD, this is like trying to do your homework while having a whole stadium of screaming fans in your head at the same time. Logan and his amazing family committed to care with an all-in attitude to get him the help that he needed, and they never looked back. Now Logan's body is adapting to life so much better and is able to calm down so much easier. Mom and Dad say he's more self-aware, he's able to express himself better, and they've even been able to cut his ADHD meds in half so far. He's also been rocking school, getting A's, getting B's, and while growing and thriving in a busy schedule with sports at the same time. How cool is that? With over 6 million kids diagnosed with ADHD in the US and almost 4 million of them taking stimulant meds, we are clearly facing a crisis of overstressed and out of balance kids like we have never seen before. Traditional medicine continues to blame genetics and chemical imbalances for ADHD and other neurological disorders, but there is a lot more to the science and the story of ADHD than just those two factors. So the number one thing that we find in children who are struggling with ADHD is they have an overstressed and an out of balance brain and central nervous system, where that sympathetic or fight or flight side and that parasympathetic side are out of balance. The parasympathetic is shut down and not working properly. The sympathetic is just too much. So when that sympathetic gas pedal is stuck on and firing too easily and too often, it leads to the classic symptoms of ADHD, right? Impulsiveness, hyperactivity, trouble focusing, behavior problems, difficulty sleeping, so on and so forth. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The imbalance in the central nervous system then creates that chemical imbalance of neurotransmitters, which do just as that word says. They transmit messages from the nervous system to the brain. Therefore, to get your child back to a state of balance, back to regulated, back to focusing, you've got to first get that nervous system calmed down and balanced out. And that balancing and regulating the brain and nervous system is exactly what neurologically focused chiropractic does, okay? It gets to the root cause of the child's health challenges, not merely treating the symptoms. So the first step in finding out if your child has an imbalanced nervous system or a gas pedal that's stuck on is to give us a call, get a set of neurological stress scans called insight scans. The answer to your kiddo's struggles with ADHD could truly be that simple, with no nasty drugs that mute your child's personality, but brings out those superpowers and their uniqueness. You can learn more about neurologically focused approach and our insight scanning technology by reading the article below or on our PX Docs website, www.pxdocs.com.